knowing the audience is, I think, the key to this. We're working with a brand. This is so random. They do telecommunications services to rural hospitals to help set them up with communications so they can do telemedicine and get more medicine and more prescription drugs into the hands of rural residents who don't really have access to that, right? So very complicated problem, and nobody really knows who they are, of course. I'm dealing with this all the time. But when it comes to B2B, it's going to be a more sales-oriented, working with the sales team, in our opinion. When we start to interface, you have to give them content, sales collateral, right? I think of a blog kind of the way you should think of a print brochure or a flyer or a direct mail piece. All of the content that you can create for them that speaks exactly to who your audience is really going to be what you give the salespeople to drive the conversation to the right customers. So a good example for rural health, their customers are the communications and or IT and or building admin. There's a number of different customers they need to contact, and it all varies per hospital. So knowing these job roles is really important, and knowing that they are most likely the change agent that has to sell up to the C-level executive. You have to know exactly what kind of content, what misconceptions, what objections that they're going to have in the sales field to know what kind of content to give them. So you need to have an intelligent sales loop, I believe, where your sales team is using content you're developing to answer specific questions that they're having in the field, objections and problems they're having to close the sales cycle, and then use LinkedIn, which I cannot understate enough as being a powerful social network, to do the right kind of research into who that customer is, how to contact them, who their other roles are, who their superiors are, who their C-levels are, and really get down into a researched, intelligent sales process. Using social media for content, for thought leadership, for expert advice, and for answering actual sales problems with collateral, and give them the intelligence to find their people, get that content into their hands, whether it be a blog or a video, or advertising through LinkedIn to promote new content. And make sure you're hitting the right job roles, the right specific areas. It's a very researched, it's like building a hit list, like a sniper would. Knowing everything about who your target is and going out and single-handedly finding them like a surgeon, rather than trying to blast a message.